This is a cocoa disc of chips. They are more commonly found in block form. I use enough chips to cover the drainage holes of a standard nursery container. I don't use them in fabric pots because there are no drainage holes. This is how I use the chips in the bottom of the pot. I always top feed with my nutrient solution, but between feedings I will occasionally pour RO water in the pot's saucer. The nylon wick transports that water to the top of the pot. My measuring bowl holds approximately 1.75 gallons. There are 3 bowls of high-quality cocoa pith in the mixing tub. To that, I add 1 bowl of parboiled rice hulls. I do a quick mix before I add the dry nutrients. I like using local products when I can. Wiggle Worm is just across the state line from me. I've been using their worm castings for over 30 years. This is not a local product. It is an organic 100-day time-release fertilizer from Belgium. I was lucky enough to have some bags given to me. When this runs out, I will add an organic dry mixture from my local grow shop. This is what the time-release fertilizer looks like. I add 1 cup of time-release fertilizer to 1 bowl of worm castings. After keef collection and an ethanol wash, the spent plant material is still rich with nutrients. I add 3 cups of it to the mixing tub. Wollastonite is an alkaline and silica-rich mineral that microbes break down into a soluble form of silica. 1.5 ounces goes into the blend. I use 1 ounce of an acidifier to balance the wollastonite. It is rich in sulfur, and the gypsum part has calcium as well. All the elements of the nutrition blend are mixed together before adding it to the cocoa and rice hulls in the big mixing tub. All of the components are in the big tub. I take my time doing the final mixing. I want the mix to be as homogenized as possible before I transfer it to the finished mix container. I put the recipe for my potting mix on the outside of the tub, just so I can refer to it if I want to. It doesn't take long for the mix to start composting. This turquoise fuzz is consuming a rice hull and making soluble silica in the process. From what I could find out on it, it appears to be a type of trichoderma. This manure-free compost is another local product from across the state line. It makes up 2/3 of my top dress mixture. The last third is rice hulls to help penetration when watering with nutrient solution. I use a 1/2-inch stainless steel screen to do the initial sifting of the compost. This is the first step in preparing the compost. The 1/2-inch screen helps break down the larger chunks. This is after the first screening. The final screening uses a 1/4-inch stainless steel screen. I use the same sifter with a very fine screen to process the wollastonite. I always wear a mask when I screen or mix. I mix 1 part rice hulls with 2 parts compost. This is my top dress mix, and nutrient solution flows through it pretty easily. Like outdoor soil, my top dress and potting mixtures are alive with beneficial organisms, including molds. These soils can also have problematic ones. The one with the most press is Aspergillus. Lung problems are the issue. Look for mold on plant tissue while growing or drying. I have yet to see mold on plant tissue, but if I did, disposal would be my choice. Good air movement will discourage a problem. My positive pressure fans run 24/7 and my oscillating fans turn on and off with the lights, 18/6 and 12/12.